You might consider donating an organ to a family member or close friend, but would you take the risk for a stranger? Good evening. I'm John Clay.
And I'm Amanda Kenny. A local man may be alive today because someone made that difficult decision. Charlotte Ames joins us with more on the unusual way this life-saving gift came to be. Charlotte?
Amanda, John, every year about 7,000 Americans undergo a liver transplant, while twice as many people need one. Only a few hundred of the procedures involve living donors, despite the fact that when you give away part of your liver, it grows back. Now, that came as welcome news to a Blair County man in his mid-30s when he was diagnosed with stage 3 cirrhosis.
Basically said that, hey, you got to stop drinking. If you continue, you have like 3 months to live.
Dean Biddle, who's from Altoona, quit alcohol right then, but it was too late for his liver.
All them years I just kept drinking, thinking it was, just fun, this, that, and it caught up to me.
He ended up at UPMC in Pittsburgh, where this January he was put on the transplant list. Dean knew his odds of actually getting a liver that way weren't good, so he started to look for his own, posting his blood type and asking for help on a Facebook page for would-be recipients and donors. Meanwhile, around the same time in Hornell, New York,
and I just put on who needs a liver, and only one person responded to me, and that was Dean. He goes, well, what blood type are you? He goes, I'm A, so it'll work. I said, well, you can have it pending the doctor's outcome.
Blood tests and other evaluations showed that the two men were a successful match. John delivered the news.
I said, you can have it. He goes, really? I go, yeah. He goes, don't do this to me. I said, do what to you? Lie to me. I said, not lying. This is the truth. You can have it. He goes, really? He goes, I don't know what to say. I said, just hang up the phone and call your family. And I said, by the way, the date is May 14th.
Dean and John actually met for the first time at the outpatient clinic of the renowned Starzl Transplantation Institute.
That's where we caught up with them and their surgeon when they returned for a checkup a few months after the living donor transplant.
You're just going to pull up your shirt here.
The doctor pronounced both men close to full medical recovery.
It's one of the few organs that we have that'll actually do that, that'll regenerate. So both in the person who gives the liver as well as the person who receives the liver, that liver within actually a period of a few weeks will grow back to full size.
Dr. Abby Humar says it'll take a little more time until they've regained their stamina and strength. John has struggled a bit with complications from the surgery, but he hopes to walk a half marathon next month. He has no regrets.
I truly believe it was my calling. Whenever I helped somebody, I never got the self-satisfaction of anything. I always needed something else. And when I did this, there is nothing else. This was it, and I feel complete doing it.
He's God sent. He's like an angel, and for him, for a complete stranger, I ask him all the time, I'm like, what made you do it? He said he's done everything in life that save a person's life. And
as you might imagine, Dean, John, and Dr. Humar are big believers in living donor liver transplants. Last year, UPMC performed more of these procedures than any other program in the country. It's the only center in the U.S. to do more living than deceased donor liver transplant. John, Amanda?